Hi everyone and welcome to your class. Today we're going to be focusing on abs and glutes. It's going to be a signature quickie. So make sure that you have a mat, wear something comfy, and we're going to go straight into the workout, all right? Now let's come onto our mats. We're going to lay down on our backs. Feet are flat on the mat. And we're just gonna start with some pelvic curls, hands next to your hip by your side. First, we're gonna find a little gap under the lower back. So we're in a neutral position, shoulders melted down. Good. Then take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, start melting the lower back into the mat. Lift the pelvis up, start scooping it up, and then you're gonna roll up bone by bone until you arrive on your shoulder blades. Once you're here, check that your pelvis, your hip is in one line, and then take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, we start massaging the spine down bone by bone. Good, so we want to already feel a nice activation in our glutes. Every time you roll yourself up, press the lower back in, squeeze, 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 squeeze to the top. Hold, take a deep breath in, and then start lowering everything down, vertebrae after vertebrae. Good, and then again we find a neutral. Let's go for one more. Inhale and exhale, tip the pelvis back, press lower back in, scoop it up, roll up, bone by bone, knees tracking to the front, heels anchored down, and then massage it down. Good. Oh, that feels so nice. All right, now let's bring the hands back behind our head. Elbows wide and open, shoulders relax. Now we keep the little gap under the lower back. Every time you exhale, you're gonna lift the head, find your curl up. Keep the pelvis super still, squeeze just the abs in, and then inhale, lower the head down. And again, inhale and exhale, curl up. And inhale, lower. Imagine you have a cup of coffee on top of your pelvis, your hip here. And every time you curl up, you want to hold it there, okay? So it's not falling and all the coffee is spitting on your belly. It stays in the cup. Let's go for two more. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, lower. Just one more. Lift the shoulder tips off the mat. Keep the pelvis neutral and then lower it down. All right, good. Now let's bring the hands next to your hip and we go into a full bridge. So we want to press the hip up. Squeeze the glutes, the hamstrings, knees tracking to the front, and then we lower it just 3 or 4 centimeters down without touching the mat. So the butt cheeks always hovering in the air, and we just squeeze and we lower. And every time you squeeze to the top, make sure that you don't go too wide. So we want to keep a long line from knees to your shoulder. Good. And we start activating the inner thighs as well, the back of the legs, the glutes, and we press. We go 5 and 4. Good, last 3 and then 2. And on the last one, we hold and we do little pulses up and down, just teeny tiny bits. Good. Press both feet into the mat. Very good. Keep going. You're doing very well. Nice. Keep the shoulders anchoring down. Rib cage is closed. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then massage the spine down. Well done. Good. Now let's find our bridge again. We press the hip up, we hold. Now, once we found the bridge, you're gonna open the knees, the legs to the side. Make sure it's both at the same time. Then you close, drop the pelvis just 3 centimeters down without touching the mat, and then exhale, press it up. Open, close, lower, lift. Open, close, lower and lift. That's it. So we go from a bridge into a nice little clam. Good. So we also want to activate through the opening the outer thighs, the hip muscles, side glutes. Nice. Let's go 4. Every time you open the legs, make sure the pelvis stays super still. And it's just through the hip joint. Last 2. And then 1 more. Close and massage the spine down. Well done. Good. All right. Now, last one here in our bridge, it's going to be a single leg bridge. So first, again, we lift the pelvis up off the mat and you hold. Close the ribcage, make sure that the chest bone is sinking in. Now, bring the weight first into that left foot as you bring the right leg into tabletop. Once you're here again, melt the ribcage down. And now we flex the right foot and you stretch the right leg out and you bend. You stretch and bend. And every time you stretch that leg out, both knees are in one line. Good. Keep the pelvis also square. We go 5, 4, 3, last 2. Keep squeezing the left glute. 1 more. Bend the leg, step the foot down, massage the spine down, have a little rest. Very nice. Let's go to the other side. Now, we bring the weight into the right foot. We lift the hip. Good. Keep it high. Now, left leg is going to come into tabletop. Make sure the pelvis, the hip, everything is in one line. And now you stretch the left leg out. Flex the left foot. Bring it in. You stretch and you bend. Good. Yes. And you're going to feel your right hamstring getting warm. The right glute. Also the right inner thigh. Keep the hips high for me, almost there. Last 4 and 3, 2, 1, bend, step it down, lower everything. Good. Let's swing the legs towards the left and the right. Beautiful job, you guys. Now, we're gonna go for a little single jackknife. It's a half of a teaser prep kind of thing. Now we're gonna keep the left foot on the mat. You stretch the right leg out. Right hand is gonna go next to your right leg and you reach the left arm back above your head. Now, as you exhale, you're gonna curl up, lift the left and the right leg. Maybe you're gonna tap with your left hand the right foot, and then you roll it back down. So exhale, scoop the belly in, everything out, and then tap, and then you lower. Exhale, tap, and lower. Good. So we lift through the lower core, upper core, mid core. Very good. And make sure that you're not just swinging up and down. You really want to lift your trunk through the abdominals and the thoracic spine is going to come into a nice flexion. Let's go for 5 and 4. Last 3. And 2, last 1, and then release. Good. Let's go straight to the other side. Bend the right leg, stretch the left leg out, left hand next to the side, right arm back above the head. And again, exhale, curl up. Now other side. And make sure that you don't lean too much into that left elbow. You want to use your core. Good. You're doing so well. Let's go for last 5, 4, 3, and 2. Just one more. And then release. Very good. Now, let's bring the hands back behind our head. And we bring the legs into tabletop. And then from here, we're gonna stretch the legs out up to the sky so the feet stay above your hip. Now point your toes. Now you're gonna exhale, you're gonna curl up, you're gonna hold the C-curve, scoop everything in, core super engaged. Now open the legs and then reach the arms, the hands through the legs. Then lower the trunk a little bit down, reach the hands next to the legs. And again, between and to the side. Okay, so you always wanna go for little pauses in between, like a little crunch, little curl up, pauses up and down, up and down. Good. Let's go for 5 and 4 and 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees and release. Very tough, this one. Good. We're gonna step the feet down, knees are bended, and you're gonna reach your fingertips towards your feet, your ankles. And then you're gonna exhale, you're gonna curl up. Last time. Now can you reach the right toes towards your right foot and bend over to the right side and then change to the left. And every time we twist through the thoracic spine, through the trunk, you keep the pelvis still. And we have a little gap under the lower back. And we work into the sides now, into the obliques, a little side bend, lateral flexion, and you reach the fingertips and reach and reach. Good. We go 6 and 5. Keep the pelvis square. Last 3 and 2. Just one more. You got it. And come back down. Ooh, very nice job. Good. Okay, now let's roll to, no, actually let's come onto our elbows and on our hands. Now, make sure that your fingers point towards the front and the shoulders are wide and open. And you want to glide them down towards the mat. Good. From here, can you lift again your pelvis up? Find a nice tabletop bridge, reverse bridge or reverse plank position. Elbows softly bended, shoulders wide and open. Now we're gonna keep the right knee bended. You take the right foot off and place it down. You take it left foot off, place it down. And every time you step one foot, then the other, make sure the pelvis stays still. Always remember, when we want to be super focused, super controlled and aligned. Good. Relax the shoulders. We go 5. Core's in. 4. Feel the hamstrings, the glutes, the whole core. Last 2. 1. And bring it down. Good. Release your wrists. And then let's bring our head on top of our knees. Relax your neck. Good. And now let's come onto all fours. We're gonna come onto our elbows actually. So make sure you find your forearm position. And your elbows are gonna be more or less underneath your shoulders. Now, we're gonna reach the left leg out and we stay very centered and the hip stays in one line. Now, can you lift the left leg up, flex the left foot, and then keep the knee high and you're just gonna bend that knee, heel towards the butt cheek, and you extend. You bend and extend. Keep the neck long, core is in, flat back, everything aligned. So think really about your form here, about your technique. Just a little hamstring curl. Feel the muscles also around your knees getting active, your left glute, left hamstring. Let's go for 5 and 4, and you kick it in, and 3. Don't drop the knee, keep it high. Last 2 and 1. Stretch it out, lower, release. Other side. We stretch the right leg out. We anchor the right hip down. You lift the right leg. Make sure you squeeze the shoulders up, you don't collapse. Flex the right foot, bend the right knee, and extend. You flex and extend. Good. We're bending the knee and stretch it out. Good. Remember, your neck stays long, aligned with the rest of your spine. You press the shoulders away from the mat. Good. We stay in the center. Now other leg, other glute are getting active. Let's go last 6 and 4 and 3. Just 2 more. 1 and lower, release. Good. Then let's find a child's pose position. Stretch out the arms and round your lower back, your spine. Good. And then let's come onto all fours now. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hip. We stretch the left leg out, and you're gonna lift that leg. Good. Then make sure again, hip power stay always in one line. Now you're gonna swing that left leg towards the left, drop it down, lift it up, other side. So we're gonna draw a little rainbow with that leg. And we squeeze the left glute. We work through the hip joint. Core is tight, and you press the mat away with your hands. Good. And we draw a circle, and we keep everything still and stable. Let's go 5 and 4. Last 3. Stay in the middle. Don't shift to the right. 2, 1. Bring it in and release. Good. Let's have a little rest for the wrist before we do the other side. I'm gonna turn around so you can see me from this side. Then we go back into your fours, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath the hip. Good. Squeeze the navel in, up towards the sky. Elbows softly bended. Then reach the right leg out. Lift the right leg. And then open to the right side. Drop, lift to the left. Now we go for a little rainbow shape with that right leg. You press the mat away. Remember to stay centered in the middle. No leaning towards the left, no leaning towards the right. Good. You're doing so well. We have 2 more exercises after this, and then we stretch, and then we're done. Let's go last 4. Open through the hip, and 2. 1 more, and then bring it back to the middle. Step it in, and let's go for 1 more child's pose. Stretch the arms out, and now let's bring the feet together. Open the knees, so we get a nice opening in the hip. Maybe you drop the forehead down. Good. Take a deep breath in and out. nice. Okay, you guys, now roll yourself back up, and we're gonna finish super strong with a nice little plank section, okay? So I hate planks, but we still have to work on them. We have to challenge ourselves. So I'm gonna be feeling this as well. I'm gonna ride with you, and we're gonna do it together. So let's come back onto our fours. Then you're gonna step the right leg out and the left leg as well. Now here first, lower your hip down. Make sure you press the mat away. Good, squeeze everything in. Good, now we're gonna bend the knees. You hinge back. You open the arms and then come back into plank. It's actually kind of nice plank squat variation. So we keep the arms straight and we just bend through the knees. Again, you're gonna feel the thighs, a little bit of glutes, lots of core, a little bit of upper body. Full body's engaged. Good. And you squeeze it back. Keep the hips low for me. Squeeze the core in. Good. Let's go for one more. And then find your plank. Nice. Now we're gonna pike it up. The hips are gonna go up towards the sky. Head in between the arms. And then find back your plank. Hips go up to the sky. Inverted V. Open the shoulders and plank. Good. Let's go last 6. And 5. And I always want you to squeeze the navel in. Can you do it for me, guys? Last 3. And then 2 more. Good, last one. And then bring the knees down. And let's sit back on the heels. Let's have a little break for a rest. Good job. Okay, one more exercise and then we're done, all right? You got it. Keep going and we're gonna be done soon. All right, we're gonna go back into our fours. Last time, step the right leg out, left leg. Drop the hips, make sure you're on your beautiful plank. Now we go for a mountain climb. Our right knee goes towards the right elbow, we step it out. Left knee to the left elbow and out. Good. Nice. Feel the core working. Squeeze everything in. Press yourself up. We go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, just one more. Good, step it out, drop the knees. Ooh, and then let's go for a child's pose. Or you just sit back, roll the wrists, the hands. Well done. Amazing job, you guys. Very, very good. All right, now let's give those abs and glutes a little stretch. We're gonna go for a little pretzel stretch. You're gonna keep the left knee bended and you're gonna cross that right foot over the left leg. Once you're here, you anchor the right sit bone down on top of the mat. And with the left arm, you grab the right leg, you twist towards the right side, and you bring the right hand back behind your pelvis. Keep the back very straight. And we just twist through the thoracic spine as we keep the pelvis again in our beautiful line. So we also get a little rotation. And with the left arm, you're gonna pull the right knee towards your chest, but at the same time, you pull your right butt cheek, your right sit bone on top of the mat. So again, this two-way stretch. Good, feel the right hip, the glute, opening up. Nice, and then gently come to the middle, twist back, uncross your pretzel, and we go to the other side. You bend the right leg, left foot goes over the right, Then you grab with your right arm the left upper thigh, you twist towards the left, anchor the left sit bone down, and you give the leg a little pull. Good. Now we twist towards the other side. Deep breath in and out. Good. Then let's twist back, and then one more time we're gonna go onto all fours, but now we're gonna go for a nice cat to extension stretch. Now as you inhale, you want to open up the chest, keep the pelvis above the knees, feel more the thoracic spine rather than the neck, and then exhale, chin to chest, round your spine. Good. Inhale, open your heart, open your chest, feel the abdominals stretching, and then exhale, you round. Good. Let's go for 2 more. We inhale, we open, exhale, round. Just last one. Keep the elbows softly bended. Then find your neutral. Sit back, take the hands off, and then we're gonna just go for last, final deep breath. Take an inhalation through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Good. Amazing, amazing, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. If you've been practicing on YouTube, then make sure to check out my virtual studio with many other classes. The link is in the description box below. And just let me know in the comments what you would like to see. If it's gonna be more abs or whatever you want, just let me know, and I'm sure we're gonna be seeing each other in our next class. Bye.